How many social networks should I be on as a business? I get asked that a lot, and the answer is a little bit different for everybody, but by the end of this video, you're gonna know the key things to think about to make the best decision for your business, all right? Let's get into it. Welcome to 5-Minute Social Media, where we help overwhelmed business owners streamline their social media to get more results from less work. If that sounds like something you could use in your business, take a second, hit subscribe, click that bell. That way you'll be notified each week when we release another helpful video. My name is Jerry Potter. Yes, it rhymes with the boy wizard. And in this video, we're answering the question, how many social networks should I be on as my business? We kind of start off thinking like, well, I should be on all the social networks, right? Because they're free advertising. But that couldn't be further from the truth. My favorite way to demonstrate this involves plants. So let's say that you've got these 3 plants you're trying to grow. And spoiler alert, these are your social networks, but we'll get to that in a second. So we have 3 plants, we want them all to grow, right? So we get our watering can. Now each plant requires 1 liter of water per week to survive, but unfortunately water is a very limited resource in this scenario and you only have 1 liter of water per week for all 3 plants. So what are you gonna do? Give them each 1/3 of a liter of water each week? Because we know what happens if you do that, right? You'll end up with 3 dead plants. Same scenario, except this time, they're social networks. So you've got your Facebook plant, your LinkedIn plant, your Instagram plant, and you want all of them to grow, right? So you get your watering can, but in this example, your limited resource isn't water, it's your time. And this is what most businesses are doing with their social media. They're dividing their time among multiple networks and they're getting little to no results, staying exactly where they are, or in a lot of cases, dying. So when you take a limited resource and spread it across too many things, none of them grow and thrive. And I know there are tools like Hootsuite where you can just post the same thing across a bunch of different networks at the same time. And a few years ago that worked okay for some companies, but it really doesn't anymore. All of the social networks have become so different. So that would be like saying, I'm gonna design this billboard and put it on the side of the highway, right? And then you said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy an audio ad on the radio or Pandora or whatever it might be. And instead of recording an audio ad, you just read your billboard. And then you said, okay, now I'm gonna buy an ad on YouTube or on TV, and I'm just gonna show a picture of my billboard instead of actually making a video ad. Also, the way each person uses a platform is different. The way that I use Instagram when I open it is different than the way that I use Facebook. Ultimately though, it comes down to answering this question. Which do you think is gonna bring you more business? If you were one of the best in your industry or market on Facebook, or if you were mediocre across several social networks. So you got a little bit on Facebook, a little bit on LinkedIn, a little bit on Instagram, a little bit on TikTok. You'll drive more business being awesome on one social media network than mediocre on several. Now, if you're unsure which social network or networks are best for your business, I've got a free resource for you where I go through the 5 questions you should ask yourself when deciding. One of them is, where is your audience? But there are 4 other really important questions to ask before going all in on 1 or 2 social networks. And I've linked to that video on the screen right now. You can click it there. I've also got a link to it in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. You're not only supporting me, but also my 2 tiny superheroes at home.